Welcome to the ZB&J podcast.
I'm the Z.
And I'm the J. And Zach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Just
good?
great.
Yeah?
Just great.
That's good. That's good. You know what else was great?
What?
The XFL's opening weekend.
Was pretty fantastic, I do have to agree.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. First and foremost, it was a rebirth of XFL football. It does not stand for Extreme Football League for all of those who think it does. It's just XFL. Vince McMahon was like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever.
He has the money to do that, so...
Yeah, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Pretty much.
A lot of people were skeptical about the XFL after the AAF just kind of
that was
blew.
Terrible.
I mean, they only had like 2 games on actual national television.
And ran out of money after, 6 weeks?
6 or 7? I think it was 6 or 7.
Yep, fantastic.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying, well, I don't know how the XFL can succeed either. It's like, well, people were still watching the AAF. Like, people were going to the games. People were, if they could tune in, were tuning in. They just didn't have any money.
They were definitely not going to the games.
Well,
XFL already beat ticket sales.
I heard the Houston team in the AAF had more people at the AAF game than they did at the XFL game. They were both home.
Oh, no. XFL ticket sales are fantastic.
Okay. Well, I heard wrong then, obviously. But their problem was they didn't have any funding. We don't have to worry about that with the XFL. Vince McMahon has invested, $500 million in this?
It is something crazy.
It is something that you wouldn't think would even be possible, but it's Vince McMahon. He's almost a billionaire.
He is a billionaire.
Well, he's got a $1 billion company that is losing money left and right.
Listen, blame Roman Reigns.
I'm not going to blame Roman. I'm going to blame Vince for loving Roman. That's what I'm going to blame.
And Cena.
Well, people still love Cena. And now that's all said and done. Now he's gone. I kind of miss Cena.
Actually, I was thinking that the other day.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking that the other day
He came on
too.
A commercial on Raw, and I'm like, Cena! Oh, it's a commercial. That's disappointing. But anyway, they kicked off the XFL with the DC Defenders going up against the Seattle Dragons. And I just want to get this out of the way. I like the interview thing, but ESPN did it way too much.
ESPN was terrible.
It was like after every single, it wasn't every play, but every big play. Every change of possession.
Yep. Every punt, every kick, every big hit.
Missed kick. Every fumble. Look, I get wanting to get the in-depth analysis from the players, being like, hey, what happened on that play, or what were you thinking, what was going in, instead of post-game where they don't really remember what was happening. But you gotta limit it. I think Fox did a much better job.
Oh, Fox definitely.
Them. Yes,
absolutely, 100%. What killed me on the ESPN one, why would you ask an offensive lineman who just got in a fight on the field how he felt? Needless to say, there was an F-bomb on national television that they missed completely.
Yeah, they hit that button.
They didn't even hit the button.
Oh, they did, just one sentence too late.
Oh, wow.
Because they went mute for a good 15 seconds after that.
Wow.
Yeah, no crowd sounds, no announcer, just mute. It's like, well, we jumped the gun on that one. Missed the gun.
But again, who thinks, let's go talk to the offensive lineman who just got in a little scruffle on the field, ask about his feelings.
I mean, I guess credit to Richard Sherman talking about the NFC Championship game between them and San Francisco. At least he didn't swear, but that should be clue one. Hey, maybe don't talk to the guy who just had the biggest emotional play on the field. Especially guys that aren't used to that.
I officially, Dylan Day is my new favorite player. That boy is 6'7", looks like Thor, and said the F-bomb on national television.
Well, there was a lot of that in the XFL. Was there 3 times?
Yeah, I think it was 4.
4 times?
I do believe it was 4.
I just want to say I am a big fan of DC Defenders uniforms. The white, I can't speak today. The red and white uniforms were classy. They were clean. A lot better looking than the AAF, in my opinion.
Dude, the AAF uniforms are trash compared to the XFL.
Yeah, the AAF were all just pretty much
generic Madden relocation.
They were like templates. Well, yeah, actually, like the Madden stuff.
Which we're not going to talk about. We're not going to talk about how terrible of a video game Madden has become. Bad. For the love of God, please, EA, lose the rights to the NFL so we can get a good football game.
Yeah. Just quick to piggyback off that, everyone thinks that the NHL, EA owns the NHL license. They don't. 2K used to make an NHL game. I think not THQ, but another.
I do believe it's actually THQ.
Like,
I know Midway made a couple NHL
maybe
games.
it was Midway.
No, Midway gave them a couple.
Yeah, and they just stopped because 2K was like, well, we're just going to focus on basketball.
And even then, basketball, 2K and basketball is turning into Madden. It literally, both those games are nothing but a cash grab, and enough people buy them just to play like Mutt and then get the VC for 2K. They don't have to care about the gameplay or the single-player aspect at all. People are going to buy it. They're still going to make their money. And you just kind of got to live what you got.
Don't get me started on Ultimate Team. That is the worst.
Sir,
mode.
You play NHL, and you have the most fantastic franchise mode I've ever seen, and it makes me jealous. Compared to Madden.
Okay. Yeah, it's been better before. I think NHL 13 had connected GM, which you can play GM mode online. You can't do that anymore.
I literally nearly bought NHL just for the scouting. That scouting system looks fantastic.
It's pretty good.
Of just pressing 3 buttons and you find out 3 stats and that's it. That's your scouting.
Yeah, you actually get to interview some prospects now in the NHL games. Yeah, I mean, you still got to use like points and stuff to figure out, but the draft.
That's fine.
The draft is. I think the draft is way much better.
There's depth involved. Like there's depth. Like that's what I want.
And
like I miss college football for their scouting and recruiting. Like I
like how we went off on video games here for a second.
Yeah.
There's also like a fog of war mode where you can like, unless you study like even NHL players and like send scouts to NHL teams, you're not gonna know other other players' stats in the NHL.
I am very erect right now.
Oh, Jesus. Well, you don't have any clothes on, so stay over there, please. Getting back to the XFL, because we got way off topic there for a hot second. The on-field product wasn't great. I mean, it's not going to be NFL caliber. We knew that going in.
Well, I mean, look at the starting quarterbacks. Literally every single one of them was an NFL washout.
I mean, there were 2 XFL starting quarterbacks that were out. I don't have the names in front of me.
Wasn't it Aaron Murray?
Landry Jones, right?
Okay,
Formerly the Steelers.
Yeah, the backup for like 7 years.
Yeah, he was hurt. He should be good to go this weekend, but he was hurt. I think another one, I think the guy for Seattle, I think, was the backup too, which was, you texted me and you're like, who is this guy? I've never even heard of this guy.
Oh, Brandon Silvers or Seavlers or something Elivers. I'm like, I've never even heard of this guy. And God, did he play awful, too.
Yeah, he didn't have I mean, that was probably the best game of the 4, but, like, not because of him.
I really liked P.J. Walker. Like, I thought when he came out of Temple, I thought he was going to find a team and actually stick. He was with the Colts for a little bit, and then he got cut and just no one picked him up. He had like 200 yards, about 80-something yards on the ground. Like, that's pretty impressive. I ain't gonna complain.
What team does he play for?
Things I don't know.
Did you know the color uniforms? Maybe
it was the first game. It was the first game.
So it was either Seattle or DC.
Yeah, I think it was DC.
Was he wearing red and white?
I don't remember. I just remember him playing good. Damn it.
They also had former Ohio State quarterback Cordell.
Cardell. It's not Cordell. It's Cardell.
Yeah,
Cardell Jones.
Yeah.
Played 1 game in college.
It
was a national champion.
No, he played like 11 games the next year.
You sure did? I thought he went.
Because they said he's 12-0 as a starter, including college, unless he went somewhere else.
Then he must, because I think, who did he replace? Like Ohio State was on the national championship, and he had to come in, and he literally never threw the ball before that game. JT Barrett.
Oh yeah.
It was JT. Okay, so then JT Barrett got hurt. Cardell came in, had a great game, and then I don't think JT got the starting gig back next year. And he ended up in San Diego for, 2 years?
2 or 3, I think.
Holy hell, is he massive, though.
Yeah, they didn't say, I don't think they said what his weight was.
275.
Was it 275?
275.
Good
Lord. Quarterback.
He looked 275.
He looked like a fullback. But unlike Jared Lorenzen.
Neither of us can talk today.
Yeah, I'm struggling with life.
Chose
right
a
now.
bad day. It's a bad day to talk, I guess.
Oh, this is gonna be great. But
yeah, we're only 10 minutes in. Fantastic.
Woo! Rest in peace to the hefty lefty, but he was 200 or not 200. I'm struggling with the weights I got 200-pound linemen. I got 200-pound quarterbacks.
There's another thing we'll get into. Your Uncrustables, you were struggling with the 280s.
I was struggling with the two parts. The weight and me just did not get along. But Hefty Lefty was 300 pounds as a quarterback, and he was so unathletic, and it was amazing to watch him run the ball because he would just take it and run, and he looked like a fullback. But Jones looked like a beefy 275.
Yeah.
And he can throw the ball a mile.
Yeah, he looked good actually. It took only 2 plays, 2 completions for him for the crowd to start chanting MVP, which was
interesting.
A little premature.
Yeah, it was interesting.
But
I'll give him that.
Yeah, I thought the first game was really good. Second game I didn't see a whole lot of. I was at work. That was the is that the Vipers game?
I think that was the Vipers game.
Tampa.
God, those things are
no.
ugly.
It was the Houston Roughnecks and the what was it?
We're struggling with these team
Houston
names.
Roughnecks. Was it the Guardians or were they the next day?
Who the hell are the Guardians?
New York Guardians. They play at MetLife. No, that was the first game on Saturday. Oh man, dude, this is rough. They played the LA Wildcats, I believe. Yeah, yup, It's the LA Wildcats. There we go. I didn't need to cut. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we did. Definitely need to cut that. That was bad.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
Everything's fine.
They're called the Sea Dragons?
What? No, they're just the Dragons.
Oh, the Seattle Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
See ya.
Okay. Okay. It says Sea Dragons. I'm like, no way they named a team the Sea Dragons.
No. Yeah, it was the LA Wildcats and the Houston Roughnecks. I was at work for that. It was on TV at my job, but of course I had a job to do. Houston won 37-17. I wish I could talk more about that game. The Houston Roughnecks uniforms look nice.
Houston Roughneck uniforms are fantastic.
Nice silver helmets, silver pants.
I absolutely love those uniforms.
It's like what the Patriots uniforms could be if they were good. Because I'm going to have an NFL. You might want to join in on this or not. I don't know if you do. Around March Madness time, I think I'm going to have a bracket of NFL uniforms until we have like a Final 2 and then a championship, a winner.
The winner's going to be the Chargers Baby Blues.
This is collective uniforms, so like all of their uniforms combined.
Oh, then that dark blue thing that they have, they're going to be like last.
I mean, like, it's the Chargers uniform set versus, like, the Kansas City uniform set, including home, away, alternates, throwbacks, any of that stuff.
I mean, the San Diego dark blues are hideous.
I mean, there's worse uniforms. Like, all of the Cardinals uniforms, jerseys.
How dare you?
They're terrible.
Oh, I think the all-black is sexy. I think and the Texans battle reds, oh my god.
Okay, those I like. Texans, Reds I like. We'll this is for a different time. Again, getting off topic. But Houston Roughnecks have good uniforms. The LA Wildcats, I think, have the best color scheme, but their uniforms do not reflect that.
And they have a terrible team.
Bad team, bad name, like Wildcats, like really?
Like,
if your name is the Wildcats, you should only have a Wildcat offense. Just saying.
I mean, the only thing that the Wildcats got going for them is Jordan Smallwood breaking out the Randy Orton pose after his touchdown catch.
That was fun.
I'll give him that.
Unfortunately, it was the newer one instead of the old one.
Right.
But it's fine.
Right.
To get back to that Defenders game, they won 31-19 over Seattle, and that was a closer game than the scoreboard would look. They had a last, I think, pick 6 at the end of the game, at least some kind of late touchdown. Moving into on Sunday, it was the New York Guardians versus Tampa Bay Vipers. You want to see a bad team.
The Vipers. Oh
my God. I thought they had some of the better uniforms, so I was kind of hoping they were going to do good.
Dude, those uniforms are terrible. Those uniforms are terrible, and their starting quarterback's Aaron Murray, and their backup is Quentin frickin' Flowers.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have a Mark Trestman-led offense that put up, 3 points. Remember the Bears had him? Oh, those were good times, man.
I mean, they got Matt Nagy now, so it's kind of the same.
Well, I mean...
That was kind of mean. I'm sorry.
I mean, at least Matt Nagy's Bears never lost by...
Lost to frickin' Mac
30
McGloin.
points each. Just saying, because their defense got bombed torched for 55 points back-to-back weeks. when Trestman was head coach. That was 2014. That was a good year. They got torched by the Patriots and torched by the Packers. The Guardians won 23-3 at MetLife, which was a little weird because they only had the bottom bowl filled with fans. It was a little weird because the MetLife's one of the bigger stadiums in the NFL.
But they made it look full. I'll give them credit. Their camera crew did good, made the stadium look full.
They made all the stadiums look full. And
I mean, some of them actually were full.
yeah, the Houston Roughnecks one. I think it was Houston, actually. I think they played a 20,000-seat arena.
That's what's helping them is they're not trying to put them in, like, massive stadiums. They're looking
apart
at,
from the Guardians.
It's New York, New Jersey. What do you expect?
Yeah. And then the game I didn't see anything of. I didn't even see highlights. The only highlight I saw was
so boring.
St. Louis and Dallas Renegades. The first home team to lose a game, the Dallas Renegades.
Shocker, it's Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas don't have luck with football teams last few years. St. Louis has a football team again, finally. And, I mean, apparently it was a boring game. I didn't see it, like I said. I think St. Louis is probably my team, though, because they were shotgunning seltzers after the win.
That was fantastic.
That was funny. I also want to talk about the perfect punt by Marquette King.
How does he not have a job? Explain to me how Marquette King does not have a job.
I honestly don't know, because when he's playing for Oakland, dude, he was the best part of Oakland. You don't see very many punters celebrate like he was doing.
You don't see many punters getting unsportsmanlike conduct like every other week. John Gruden hated that guy.
Yeah,
he hated him so much.
If you missed the clip, I might put it in post, the audio, but I didn't see the play before, but apparently people were, wide receivers were dropping the ball left and right, and Pat McAfee was on color commentary, and Marquette King was punting.
Pat McAfee is a god.
Pat was like,
I concur, but whenever the wide receivers drop balls, you need a punter to save you with a perfect.
As Marquette King bounces a perfect punt off the 5, stops at the 1. One of the kick covermen decides, I'm going to jump on top of that because I think it touched his pinky finger to try and get a touchdown. And he ruined the perfect punt by making it a touchback. And just Pat McAfee's like,
what is he doing? What? Hey, Pat.
Like, he was so excited and then just immediately just gets killed by this stupid play. I don't know who the guy's name was, but
he's probably gone. I mean, LA did fire their defensive coordinator and then cut like one of their faces of the team.
I know they fired the defensive coordinator. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
they cut like all of the promo material that they did, the defensive side of it. They cut the guy's face that was on that side.
That's funny.
It's not funny, but it's a little funny. Okay,
a little funny.
All right. Man, that's a little funny.
I mean, one game in, they're like, okay, you're done. You suck.
Your defense sucks, and then the face of your franchise sucks. I am super happy, though, that Sean Oakman is getting a chance to play football again.
Yeah.
I feel for that kid more than anything for what happened to him. And now that he gets the chance to prove that the hype of him being a top 5 pick all those years ago was true, good on him.
I was really excited to see Christine Michael get another shot because I thought he played decent enough for us when we picked him up in 2016 when we just didn't have any running backs.
We went through like 7 running backs in 6 weeks.
Yeah, everyone just kept getting hurt, and we had to make Ty Montgomery our running back. Which
we don't talk about him.
He did good till the...
We don't talk about him.
And then he apparently did nothing. He had 0 yards on like 10 carries or something, and 1 catch for -1 yard. And he plays for St. Louis, which is another reason why I wanted them to be my team. And, yeah. I mean, it's only 1 game, granted, but that's not a good start for him.
We'll see how he does next week.
Yeah. Next week, they will be playing the Houston Roughnecks in Houston. So, back-to-back road games. That'll be on Fox Sports 1 on Sunday night at 5 o'clock. Fun times. Another thing about the XFL, other than just the weird team names and...
Terrible team names. Just be honest.
Just bad teams.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah. You got the Vipers, the Dragons, the Guardians, the Defenders.
Guardians
and Defenders are playing each other, and that's
the same thing. The same thing. Like, you're telling me you couldn't, like the New York Sentinels or something. Like, oh, that's pretty much the same thing as a guard.
I mean, you can't say the defenders, the defenders. But the defenders of the defenders sounds stupid. But another thing is it's showcasing how kickoffs could be.
I love the kickoffs.
Kickoff is fun.
Love the kickoffs.
It was weird to get used to in the first game. About towards the fourth quarter, I started getting used to it.
92% of kickoffs were returned.
Yeah, and nobody broke one, but they came close.
Like, they were getting to, like, the 35-40. Like, it was a lot of fun, and I love the no PAT.
Yeah, I was going to say that the kickoff is still, I mean, it's safer, and I've been against getting rid of the kickoff altogether. I hate that they're thinking that NFL
I don't want to get rid of the kickoff.
No, I mean, I understand.
It makes full sense of why.
But I think this is a good alternative, honestly. Like, people aren't going to be running full speed. All you got to do is stay in your lane and...
Well, you got 10 yards between you and the guy you got to block, so...
Exactly.
And you can't move until the returner catches the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good. It's a lot of fun. Like, it's still exciting. Like, the one that I did remember, the guy broke it to, like, the 45 or the 50, and I'm like, woo!
For sure somebody broke across the other side of the field before getting tackled, and that was when he tried to catch it and missed the ball, so he kind of muffed
kickers.
it. But since there's 20 yards between him and the blockers, he was able to run up, catch it, and break it to I think about the 45, 50, maybe the other 45. It's fun, and yeah, I think PATs should stay in the NFL, but
I mean, they've never bothered me. Like,
I mean, especially now since they moved it back, like you don't know if they're gonna make it anymore. I think that's what's gotten under the kicker skin in the NFL now, is they don't have
yeah,
too
they
many...
missed two PATs, and all of a sudden the next day they ain't got a job. I'm sorry, kicker. I couldn't be a kicker. Like,
not now.
Nope, I couldn't do it
before.
Like,
I can't kick anything.
Like, I had to,
except kick ass. Just kidding.
I'm just gonna ignore that one. But like in high school when I used to play soccer, like I used to be able to nail like a 35 yarder, give or take. Nope. Imagine trying to kick a field goal and you miss it. And like the first immediate thought is like, man, am I not gonna have a job tomorrow?
Well, if you miss a kick in the XFL, you can damn sure know that you're going to be interviewed.
Oh, right. What'd you do wrong by kicking that field goal?
I just got to stick to my basics. I just try to do too much. Like, all you got to do is run up and kick. What do you mean to do too much? That I didn't understand. Like, I'm just trying to do too much. Are you trying to hold it for yourself, too? Like, what do you mean? Just run up and kick the damn thing.
I just don't know. Like, there's just too... Like, I like the interviews, but there's just too many.
Yeah, especially on ESPN. Like,
ESPN's production was pretty rough.
Yeah, I don't know if they wanted it to be like the old XFL, because that's what it felt like. And then I watched the both Fox broadcasts, and the ESPN broadcast was on ABC, but both Fox broadcasts, and they had the sideline interviews, and they had coaches jump on too, but they were sparingly. Like they did it more than the NFL for sure, like more than just halftime or whatever. But they
got to do something with the coaches. Like there should not every single play you shouldn't hear the coach call the play. You're telling me that you're going to do that for what 8 weeks of having a playbook weeks. One way and then having to completely redo it for the next week? You're telling me no one's going to rewatch this game film and like listen to the coach, see what the play is?
Yeah, I mean, you ran out of breath there. I heard. I mean, it was weird. Not every play. Like they were, especially on ESPN again, they were doing it like all the time.
I texted you and I'm like, every single play they're having the coaches call the play, and it drives me nuts.
And then also in the ABC ESPN broadcast, you could hear the quarterback like crystal clear too, and they say a lot of the same things. It's only week 1. Like they're not gonna have 100 different calls for stuff. I mean, I know we always bring it back to the Packers. We're Packers fans, but Aaron Rodgers was using the same play calls, like the same. I can't think of the word. This is a bad day for us. Can't speak.
I'm
audibles.
I don't even
audible calls.
Okay,
like, he was using the same audible calls for a while. Just I'm sure they meant different things at different plays, but I mean that's all you're gonna do. I mean these guys haven't.
Couldn't imagine being a Peyton Manning receiver.
Omaha.
Another Omaha.
What Omaha is it this time? Is it Nebraska? Is it Texas? What is it? Oklahoma.
But man,
just ESPN's broadcast. They need to take a page of Fox's playbook and be like, let's cut back on this. Let's not interview everybody after every single play ever.
I'm waiting for the first time that like a quarterback throws like, oh, did they interview the quarterback that threw the interception at the end of the game?
Probably.
Oh,
I was already at work by the time both games.
I really wish I would have saw that because I could just.
The one thing
You just cost your team the game. How do you feel? Well, how do you think?
This is the time for all of us to pick each other up, and I know
Get
that
'em next
one's
week.
on me. And the thing I loved that they had, the best part of their broadcasts, all of them, was the replay officials. That with the little Xbox controller.
Yep.
Dude, the NFL needs that because there's way too much. Too many people think that NFL's rigging games with the referees, and XFL, they're not going to be like, well, we're rigging it. Like, they're looking through the process. They're saying, yeah, that looks like a catch. Can we get a different angle on that? Yeah, that's a fumble, man. He fumbled. That's a catch and a fumble for sure.
And they got hot mics.
Yeah, like they have all the referees mic'd up. They have
Yep.
replay officials mic'd up. You can hear the conversation. It's perfect. I think NFL needs this like last year. Now, because this is really what the fans want. They want to know what's going through that process because, I mean,
Don't say it. I know what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
I just think that most NFL fans see something themselves, hear what the broadcasters are saying, and be like, well, probably should be this. And then referees come out like, no, it's not that, it's this. And it's like, what? How? And they don't explain anything. They're giving more explanations than this. And that's better. That's good. You can hear their thought process. You can hear, what they're thinking. You can hear what they're looking at. And you can hear what they're talking about when they're looking at it. They need it now. If NFL takes anything from XFL, like they took the Sky Cam from them,
That they don't
20
even have
years ago.
anymore.
Oh no, they got it.
Do they still? I don't ever remember seeing the Sky Cam anymore.
NFL or XFL?
NFL.
Yeah, they do it all the time. One of the plays of the year was Cordell Patterson's kick return against the Saints. That was all Sky Cam. That's probably the only reason why it was in the top 10 because it looked cool. That was all Sky Cam.
I have a very confused look on my face right now.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, that's normal.
All right, I've been wrong before.
That's normal though. Yeah, just listen to the other two episodes.
Hey, watch your mouth, sir.
Things that you may not be wrong about, though, is your Uncrustables segment, which we debuted last week. If you don't know, Uncrustables is where we cut off the excess because, peanut
I
butter
spent 5 hours on the internet.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. A lot of people don't like the crusts, me included.
What kind of heathen are you?
Hey, man, I like the goods. I don't like the crusts.
All right, I'll give you like white bread crust, but like
Well,
give me a good 12 oat bread with. Oh, that's fantastic. Discussion for another day.
Anyway, since ZB&J sounds like PB&J, I was like, well, just to cut off the excess because we do a lot of crosstalk. We obviously get off base a lot. I mean, we're already half an hour through this podcast, and we've already talked about video games. We've talked about NFL. We've talked about XFL. We've talked about NHL. We're not supposed to talk about the XFL. We've already gone on like 20 different tangents. So we like to focus on a topic. Usually it's just one of us. And for the first episode, Zach took a version 1 of the first round NFL mock draft.
I have a fetish for drafting things. My bad.
Yeah, he says that's his favorite process.
Dude, it is. Like, dude, I love mock drafts. Like, I love fantasy drafts. Like, I'm in like 30 different fantasy leagues just because I like to draft so much.
As soon as the confetti started falling, like,
oh, exactly, dude. As soon as the game ended, like, I had already like kind of like dipped my toes into like, all right, let's see what mock drafts are looking like. Like, what are we looking forward to? But as soon as the confetti was falling, I'm like, yes, it is mock draft season.
Yeah.
I was very excited. Still am.
I gave him the mic, and I allowed him to just talk about his thoughts on the first version of the NFL mock draft. Gotta say, I let him do it on his own because I don't know much about college football. I know the Badgers, and even then, I don't know that much. I just know who they're playing.
Totally called him out on that.
It's fine. Hey, I know. Like, I just watch.
I just.
This is how I was back in like 2006.
I will give you Zach Bond. Like, he's been a recent riser, but Tyler Bidaz has been the heart and soul of that line for the past 4 years.
Yeah, my dad and brother are cringing right now listening to me say, I don't know much about Badgers or college football, because that's all of them. My dad doesn't care about college football. My brother is huge into college football. One of his best friends is huge into college football also. I'm just not. College football is where I was 2005 with the NFL. Like, I just watched the Packers. I only knew, like, Brett Favre, Amon Green, Bubba Franks, and that was it.
I'm about to make Johnny here cringe. Go Ducks.
Thanks for joining us on this episode. It's fine. I don't hate the Ducks. I just wish we could win a Rose Bowl against them one time. I mean, twice since 2004 was it?
You let Justin Herbert run all over you.
They let every team run all over him.
It's okay. It's okay. I prefer the West Coast teams, the teams that are like fun, exciting, compared to say like Big Ten ball where it's
run the football,
smash
offense. Mouth.
Hey
man, that's big. That's NFC North football too.
Exactly. So if I want to watch that, I will watch the NFL. But no, I want to see 63 points and like 12 turnovers.
And watch basketball. That's all.
Oh God, don't get me. No,
just saying.
No, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't even get that type of enjoyment.
Offense and turnovers all the time. 3-point ball.
Nope, just shut up.
Anyway, I think it's a really good job done by Zach. I think everyone should go check it out. The only thing I would say is he had a wide receiver. What was his name for the Packers?
I will break out my trusty dusty cellular device.
Trusty dusty celery? I swear that's what you said. Trusty dusty celery is what you said.
Celery.
Yeah, cellular device, his cell phone for...
Because that again, this took like 5 hours, and like I did more than just like one draft that you heard. Like there was about, I want to say 3, and then this is the one that actually saved for me. So this is the one that I went with. I actually had Green Bay taking different players every single time. One time there was actually Grant Delpit sitting there, and like I texted Johnny, and I'm like, God, I've been in love with Delpit for the past 2 years, and I never thought that we'd ever be able to get him. And now we don't need him. So my feelings were a bit hurt, to say the least.
But you wound up going with in your official...
Yeah, the official one...
was... Still scrolling.
I gotta log in.
Oh, good.
I was ill prepared.
Dios es mío.
I'm not ready.
It's alright. We're never ready for the show.
I don't...
I mean, literally, he's literally wearing just like a scarf around his neck.
It's not a scarf.
It's a shirt that's literally as ratty as...
It is a cutoff that is like 10 years old. It has sentimental value, damn it.
That you wear every day? Like, Jesus.
I swear to God. So, it was my first version 1 of the draft. I had Green Bay taking KJ Hamler, the wide receiver speedster from Penn State.
Yeah, and in research, because I was thinking about talking with him on that, I noticed that literally every single mock draft that I found on the first page of Google when I typed in mock draft, Packers were taking a different position every single draft in the first round. One had a receiver, another had a right guard, or right tackle, rather, a wide receiver, did I ever say that? A tight end, a center, a linebacker. I'm like...
There's just so many different ways you can go with the Packers this year.
Yeah.
Especially because we haven't gone through free agency, who we're going to re-sign, all that. Yeah. Like, honestly, like we're going to come back to version 2, and it might be a whole different player here.
It might be a whole different first round.
Yeah.
Apart
like,
from...
The only 2 picks that are first, for sure, have to be Joe Burrow to Cincy and then Chase Young to Washington.
Yeah.
If those are not the top 2 picks, I will literally eat my underwear on camera and put it on the page because there's just no way. I don't see them trading out. I don't see any other options but that.
You could film that yourself. I'm not going to be involved in that.
You are involved.
I don't want to see you rip off your underwear while you're
I will get a new pair of fresh undies. Okay?
No, then it's not even worth it. You might as well just take the pair you have on, take them off, and eat them. I'm not going to be here for it, though.
It's just rude.
It's for the clicks, man. Do it for the clicks. Do it for the clicks.
Do it for the clout, damn it.
But if you guys haven't checked out his mock draft, if you're into NFL, you might want to check it out. He does every single team. No trades.
Yeah, no trades. Not this one. Version 2 is definitely going to have trades.
Yeah.
We're going to do 2 full rounds. First round's going to be in-depth. You're going to get analysis, stuff like that. Second round's going to be more of a, hey, they're picking this guy. This is why. This is what this guy's good at. Stuff like that. And then, we're going to go from there. And then for the NFC North, I'm going to give them the first 4 picks, or the first 4 rounds for them, just because as Packer fans, like, the NFC North is kind of important, so they get a little bit more lovin's.
Yeah. And then I'm going to have an Uncrustables episode come out pretty soon, since he did a way too early NFL draft. I'm going to do a way too early schedule predictions.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, mostly because they usually come out in April, and I'm probably going to forget about doing it if I don't do it now, because I forget a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff going on.
We've all been there.
Yeah, so look
I called my cell phone celery.
He did. Yeah, you were all here for that. Yeah, look out for that next week. Zach may or may not be involved. I may or may not be involved in his next Uncrustables, which switching gears to wrestling, because we talk
some
about
good old-fashioned wrestling.
Yeah, NXT Takeover is what, this Saturday? Tomorrow?
No, next Saturday.
Is it next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Okay. It's next Saturday, but the card is pretty much ready to go.
Card's set. Like
unless they add like a pre-show match or something. I mean, I'm sure some of these one of these matches make it the pre-show.
They don't do pre-show matches.
They
don't.
A whole half an hour or no pre-show matches?
Yeah, it's a half an hour.
So is WWE ones, except for WrestleMania and Royal Rumble.
I'm about to say, Royal Rumble's like 3 hours this year, bud.
I know.
We're not talking about that. We
already talked about the
Dude, what we need to talk about is why these events are like 6, 7, 8 hours. Like, that is just too much.
I mean, we're talking about even next year having WrestleMania be 2 days.
That's
not like 24 hours, but like
granted,
4 hours.
New Japan makes that work, but just WWE, I don't see making it work at all.
No, I mean, New Japan also only has like 4 pay-per-views a year. WWE has 2 a month. They have 2 a month.
And then you got to add in all the specials.
Yeah.
Like Super Showdown, which we are going to talk about in a minute.
Oof. Just a big oof. Big oof.
But we're going to talk about happy things first.
Yeah, NXT, baby.
Oh.
Where's it at this year?
Portland. This one is in Portland. Portland, Oregon. I do wish they would go back to having names for pay-per-views instead of just NXT Portland and NXT New York. Actually, no, I'll give you Brooklyn. NXT Brooklyn is its own thing.
It's NXT Takeover Brooklyn. Get it right, you scrub.
Wow. That's just rude.
That's how we do it on this channel.
That is just very rude.
That's how we do it on this channel, man.
So let's just go down the match card, give our thoughts and opinions, and go from there. So, obviously, this is not the actual order of how the matches are going to appear. It's just what we have in front of us right now. So, first off, we have Miss Rhea Ripley going up against Bianca Belair for the NXT Women's Championship. Or is it just championship? I don't know. We are PC around here, so...
I'm pretty sure that they're still calling it the Women's Championship. I think... If you guys don't know the story behind that, I think we talked about it last week, but Becky Lynch came on the WWE backstage and said, I think they need to get rid of the gender stuff. But she didn't mean, like, get rid of the name.
Literally get rid of... Because, what was it, the next night, Ripley came out and they're like, it's the NXT champion. It's like, wait a minute, no, that's Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
But...
And she posted on Twitter, like, that's not exactly what I meant. I just mean, like, we need to... Like we're all superstars. Like we're still women, obviously, but let's make that.
Yeah,
separate.
Let's not make that super confusing because, man, I'm sorry if Adam Cole came out and just like super kicked her and said, "I'm the champ."
Hey, man,
I would be okay with that. I would not be mad at all.
I mean, look what they're doing in TNA. Let's not do that.
I mean,
we already got Super Show to
talk
about.
When was the last time you watched an Is it Impact? Wait.
It's still Impact.
Is it still
Impact? When was the last time you watched it? I don't even know if they still have it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, just they have...
Overall, like, the wrestling on Impact, because, like, I record it and then, like, just kind of...
Skim.
Breeze through it. But the actual wrestling is pretty good, and then the crazy storylines are still pretty good.
I was just going to say the Impact... Wrestling champion, world champion, was a woman. I don't know if it's still
Tessa Blanchard. But yeah, there's a whole lot of drama going on with that.
Yeah, right after she got called out for being a racist and a bunch of
dick.
other words. Yeah, and they're like, it's fine. Just
Big dick.
It was a little weird. But I don't think the WWE probably won't ever do that, and
Oh,
that's
God,
not what
no.
Becky Lynch wanted.
Oh,
They're like, just call him champion. Anyway, back on subject.
Back on to Takeover.
The NXT Women's Championship between
Rhea Ripley
and Bianca Belair.
This is hard. Honestly, like, this is very hard. Belair came out of the Rumble as a star.
Yeah, we are definitely going to see Charlotte versus Rhea, but I wouldn't, since they had that little segment this past week, well, I guess.
You don't even go here.
Yeah, if Bianca, I can't rule out Bianca winning because I could see them making a triple threat at Mania.
I think Bianca versus Flair as a one-on-one match would probably end up being a little bit more better than Charlotte versus Ripley.
More better.
Whatever. Jeez, I swear to God.
We're PC. We're also smart around here, sir.
I went to Guilford.
I went to Auburn.
Yeah, your guys' scores are a little better than ours.
Just because of...
Yeah, you got the gifted kid.
Yeah, make the gifted people out worse.
But anyway,
I wasn't ungifted, man.
Bianca, I think, is probably the most athletic woman in the WWE right now. Bar none. Bar none. Charlotte is probably up there on that list, too.
For sure.
Ripley, I think, is maybe the strongest.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Nia, who actually, have you seen her rehab pictures?
No.
She looks fantastic.
Does she?
She's slimmed down a lot. She's got some mass on her. She looks good. I'm kind of excited to see her come back, but then I also remember all the nightmares of watching her wrestle before.
Yeah, and how green she is and how she's going to bust everybody open and hurt everybody because...
But, I mean, you got Nia, and then I hate to say this because it's how she still has a job is beyond me. Tamina, maybe?
No, not now.
Why? Why is she still around? Like, why is she still around? She's never...
I swear I thought she had, like, retired or got cut, and then she came out in the Royal Rumble, and I'm like,
I know it's Snuka's kid and everything, but geez, cut your losses.
The murderer.
Like, I can honestly, for the life of me, never remember a single time that Tamina did something productive in the ring. Name one match that you can think of where you're like, you know what? Tamina did good. And she's been around since, like, the Diva days, so that's saying something.
When she was managing the Usos.
Oh, when they first came around and literally for, like, a week? That one?
Didn't they debut against the Hart Dynasty?
Yeah, they jumped DH and Tyson Kidd and Natalia. They did
Natty.
They did the splashes and called it a day, but
she splashed on Natalia.
And thank God Natalia's still alive.
Sounds wrong.
But anyway,
yeah,
this is not Tamina's.
Was she in unity with Naomi and Sasha? Because they were a thing.
No, that's not Team Bad. Because it was Team Bad.
Was
Blondes with attitude. What was it? Blondes with that? Wow, what was it?
No, was it Team Bad?
Because it was Paige, Charlotte, and Becky, PBC, Team Bad. Oh, you might be. Well, I mean, obviously, we can't think if she was in there or not, so that kind of answers the question right then and there.
Oh man, because
she just needs to go. Period. End of discussion. She just needs to go. She doesn't do anything worth keeping her around.
No, I didn't know why you brought her up.
I mean, dude, she's a big girl. Like, she looks like she's strong, but gosh, she moves like the Michelin Man. And she's also pushing 50.
Yeah. I mean, she's
I think she's 47. She is pushing 50.
She got to WWE, I mean, real late anyway.
Yeah. Like, this is, I'd probably say she started coming around after Snuka kind of went off the deep end with all his problems and stuff.
I mean, it was
because when she first came around, she was announced as Tamina Snuka, and like they made it known that she was Jimmy's daughter, and then whatever happened way back when came up, and I don't know. Well, anyway, back onto it. Belair, best athlete. Actually, maybe Catanzaro.
Yeah, but I think Bianca Belair's a better wrestler than...
Oh, yeah. The wrestler-wise, yes. Athletically, it's a toss-up. I remember when Belair first came around, I'm like, what is this? Why is this on my TV?
We went to NXT Takeover Chicago 2, and she came out, I'm like, who? I don't know.
Oh, that's when
I think she was against Dakota Kai. Even I was like, oh look, it's a rip-off Bailey.
Yep.
You can't tell me that original Dakota Kai was not a rip-off Bailey. Same poppy bubblegum song.
Oh, absolutely.
Same attire almost. Same. I think she still had the same ponytail. Similar looking face.
No, she didn't have the ponytail.
She not?
She did not have the ponytail. She had a different ponytail.
Different ponytail.
Different ponytail. Still a ponytail, not the same ponytail.
But, I mean, of course, as soon as Bailey turns heel, and Dakota Kai turns heel, and I'm like, okay.
And Dakota, she works as a heel, though.
But
she definitely works as a heel.
Oh, dude, she's much better as a heel already.
But what do you think is going to happen here with Ripley and Belair? Like, I mean, I honestly, like, I have no idea. I can see it going every which way but up.
I would like to see a triple threat between those three.
I would go down with that.
Awesome.
I would go down with that 100%.
But I'm pretty sure
Ripley.
Charlotte's going to interfere and cost Belair the title because she really does want to, well, in storyline, really wants to face Rhea Ripley. I mean, that's what they've been teasing. I know they had the little spat with Bianca on NXT last week.
We are NXT.
But I think that was just more of a build-up for the TakeOver match than it was a Charlotte thing. So I would love a triple threat because we haven't had a women's triple threat since like WrestleMania 32 when they made up the women's division again, so the Divas division.
No,
when it was Becky versus Sasha versus Charlotte. I think that was the last triple threat match at Mania for the women's.
Rousey.
Last year. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. What am I talking about? This will be better because, Charlotte will still be involved.
Yeah, like where they forced it to be a triple threat match with like 2 weeks to go.
Yeah,
like, that was rough.
Like, Asuka has the women's title. Nah, I give it to Charlotte. Screw it. Forget it.
Anyway, so what's your final?
I'm saying Rhea Ripley wins because Charlotte's going to cost Bianca Belair. And then I think vice versa will happen at Mania to get Belair, like, they're pushing her, obviously.
Dude, that WrestleMania performance, like, I swear.
Royal Rumble performance. Yeah. I got you covered.
That Royal Rumble performance.
I'm not editing that out.
Edit that out.
No.
Edit!
No!
You're fired!
I own everything apart from the place that we're recording.
And my stuffy.
And the box that you have.
Yeah.
Everything else is mine. And Phil's. Thank you, Phil, for giving us the sound panels. But yeah.
Good job, Phil.
I see Rhea Ripley retaining, facing Charlotte at Mania. I would like to see Belair interfere or somehow work her way into the main event, and then maybe Belair winning the title at Mania. That would be cool.
I'm going to go with Charlotte causing a no contest leading to a triple threat. I think
I agree with that. I would love to see that.
My heart says
as long as Charlotte doesn't win, I'd be okay.
I'm so tired of Charlotte. Oh, I swear.
I think she's the right one to like help elevate these younger.
Oh, she has the name for it. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But she can't win. That's the problem. We need, after she completely killed Asuka's momentum, we need a redo of that and just either Rhea or Bianca, Belair, whoever, they need to win at Mania. Moving on.
I like that. Moving on. My personal favorite match of the night.
Dude, your smile is infectious right now.
Oh, Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano.
Dude, I'm so angry I have to work during this because I want to watch this match live. I might be able to work it out because we don't really have a show till 9, so I might take my lunch right when it's happening.
Bad Finn is good Finn.
Yeah, you said this last week too.
I don't care. I will say it till my heart is exploded. Finn should have never been a face.
No.
He didn't. You've known for how many years that I've been my first wrestling shirt ever.
You're welcome. I was going to say thanks to me. But
it was a Finn Balor shirt.
Every Finn Balor shirt you have is thanks to me.
I got 2, thank you.
Oh, you finally bought 2?
I finally got some more that weren't because of you, and that's just because we ran out of time for like the buy one get one deals and stuff like that. We have a good system when it comes to that.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Edge shirt because of that right now. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I love Finn. I absolutely love Finn. I love heel Finn, and I love he's back in NXT. He looks rejuvenated. He looks fantastic. Like, he looks in better shape now than he did when he debuted.
I remember when Triple H first started taking over NXT, which
Greatest thing ever happened.
it is. And he said, I don't think NXT people should be on Mania at all because, I mean, this is developmental. Once they made the switch to USA, that's WWE saying they're not just developmental anymore.
They're a brand.
They are
a
brands.
brand. I don't care what anyone. I hear
But
that all the time, like on message boards and Facebook and stuff. Oh, NXT's just developmental. No, it is not.
I mean, it has still a lot of that element.
I mean,
sure.
we'll get to it
I mean, that's why there's still 2 hours on that show. But like the main people, like Tommaso Ciampa's gone on record saying, I don't want to leave. If they call me up, I'm just gonna retire. I want to stay here.
Ciampa.
I'm pretty sure Gargano doesn't want to leave
Gargano's
anymore.
not going.
Finn does not want to go back up there.
Finn's definitely not
he's
going.
Like, no, I'm done.
Finn's not going.
To be honest, I think Rusev should go back too.
I don't think UE is ever going to actually make that full jump.
I think Adam Cole will. I don't think the rest of them will.
I don't think they would do good on them. I know for sure Roddy would do terrible on the main roster.
They would have nothing for him.
It'd
be creatively,
dude,
not
and he's
professional.
blandish. All hell too. I love him to death. Fantastic backbreakers. God, he talks on the mic, and I just want to go to bed. But anyway,
I have gone to bed.
actually, accurate. But yeah,
If Finn doesn't win this match,
I don't see how Finn doesn't.
yeah,
They are pushing him so hard.
need to. Because after WWE killed literally every single inch of his momentum,
They've done that to every single NXT champion.
except for Charlotte.
And that's just because they're last name. But male champions, look at what they're doing now. Look at Robert Roode. Look at even like Andrade. Look at Alistair.
They were pushing Andrade for a while, though.
I mean, but he's been called up for how long?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
look how long it took for McIntyre to do something.
I mean, hey, and granted, he's not even an NXT original. He was on WWE before. He just went to NXT. He's like, I want to go to NXT.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. Okay, Kevin Owens.
Kevin
Sami
Owens,
Zayn.
Samoa Joe. Both of them right now are like, what are they doing?
Though, granted, I do like the storyline with Joe
I
and
like the
Owens.
storyline. I like that they're.
I like Joe's a face. I think he's a good face.
I like him regardless.
Yeah, I mean, there's no even if he's a bad
I
guy.
like Kevin Owens when he's a face or bad guy. Like
I prefer. I do like his little Stone Cold anti-hero thing. Works.
I mean,
fantastic for
he's
him.
exactly being just stone cold in the current age. I mean, you saw the stunner from him. He's done crotch chops. He's just Attitude Era
He's
reincarnated right
fantastic.
now.
I do love
Kevin
me
Owens.
some Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Like the only champions from NXT that have ever gone from straight NXT to the main roster that have ever done anything.
Male superstars, right?
Huh?
Male superstars.
Male superstars.
Yeah.
Because outside, like I said, even the females outside of Charlotte.
Becky,
Okay.
Sasha.
Minus 4 horsemen. Horsewomen, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Well, even then, look what Sasha's doing. Look at what Becky's doing
yeah.
terribly.
Well, I don't know. I liked the storyline from Monday.
Oh, we're not talking about that yet. That needs its own segment.
That'll be at a different.
But like the only champions that have ever done anything are the Vikings. Or the Viking.
The
I don't care.
Experience?
War Raiders. Fucking it's Hanson and Rowe. It's the War Raiders. They spent a year at NXT dominating. When we went to take over Chicago, they came out. I was chanting. I had my hands up. I was chanting war.
Everyone else was too.
Yeah. And you're going to tell me that they're going to come and now they're Eric and Ivar and the Viking Experience?
And right before them was the Revival. They were dominating, and they come up, and they have asked for the release twice now.
Oh, they're done. There's no...
They asked for the release, re-signed with them for some reason, and then asked for the release again. Like, what are you doing?
I want to say... Matt Hardy's done, by the way. Did you know that?
I figured last night.
Yes, that
Monday
actually
night.
is, and it's pretty strong that he's actually going to AEW as the leader of the Dark Order. That's going to be fantastic.
As broken Matt Hardy.
Yes, or whatever they want to call him.
Because he was woken in WWE.
And that was
He broken
terrible.
everywhere
That was
else.
terrible. The leader of the world was terrible. Anyway, we're getting way off track again.
That's what we do.
This is what you call ADD untreated.
That's the next. If Brandon doesn't show back up,
That's what we're going to call the show from now on.
ADD untreated, because that's all we're doing. By the way, since we didn't say at the top of the show, Brandon's on here as he's sick.
Actually, no.
legitimately sick.
Let's tell them the true story. He was here. He ripped his pants. He didn't have any undies on. And we weren't about that life, so...
We told him go home.
Yeah.
We told him go home, get new underwear, come back, and we'll do it. That's just why we we got to get done within like the next 20 minutes because I think he'll be back by then. Anyway.
But yeah, that's all his damn fault.
If Finn doesn't win this match, they need to keep his momentum going. They can't. I know everyone loves Johnny Gargano. I do too. I like him.
Johnny Takeover.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
even
something
though he lost
about him.
Takeover 2. You don't like him.
It's not that I don't like him. There's just I know he's kind of like for Sami Zayn is to me. Like I know what I'm gonna watch is gonna be really good. I just don't really care unless he's facing Ciampa. I don't really care. Dude, how excited were we for that street fight?
Oh, they came right next to us. It was
yeah,
awesome.
I got spit on. It was awesome. But anyway, what do you think? Killer Cross coming in after the match and attacking Gargano and joining up with Finn.
I don't think Finn needs anybody.
I don't think he needs anybody either, but think it would be a faction to go up against UE. Think,
well, I mean, Balor's already planted the seeds for that anyway.
Oh, yeah. And then plus with Balor doing the little X thing on his yeah. What is it, FX? Yeah, whatever. That's very Killer Crossy.
Yeah.
Oh, and if y'all don't know who Killer Cross is, you definitely need to get on YouTube and watch some of his stuff, like from TNA, MLW, anything that you can find on him. He is fantastic. He has the it factor.
I just feel we have too many stables right now. Like, we have UE and NXT. We have the Monday Night Messiah bullcrap with Seth.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it.
I mean,
it's
given AOP and what Murphy now? Murphy? Murphy.
Yeah, just Murphy.
Yeah, just Murphy. It's giving them something to do, so I'm not going to hate that. I hate Rollins.
I hate the name change. Rollins, it's weird how much he fell in a year. Everyone was on board with him winning the Rumble. I was, at least. And then he won the title from Brock. Everyone was like, dude, that's awesome.
It was the Becky storyline.
As soon as they made it public that they were dating, everyone was like, They was like, we got to capitalize the two hottest people on Raw.
Aren't they engaged?
They're married, I think.
I think they're engaged.
I know that picture initially was an engagement, but I'm pretty sure they call each other husband and wife already.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Balor. I think prediction wise, I think Balor's going to. I think he's gonna hurt Johnny.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna hurt Johnny to assert himself as the top dog in NXT.
Yeah, and then when
and then at the end of the Cole Ciampa match, he's gonna hurt them.
Both of them.
Yeah, I can see it being both of them. There's a whole lot that can go on with Balor on what he wants to do. He plays the bad guy super well. What do you think? What are you doing with Balor and Gargano?
Balor's got to win, and it's got to be like...
Because Johnny loses good. He definitely makes whoever he loses to look like $1 million.
Look at the NXT Takeover we went to. I mean, he was dominating the match, and then Ciampa just,
That was brutal. Like we both looked away a couple times during that match.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
But
next up.
Well, I was just say Balor wins. I think he either wins clean but like beats the hell out of him, or he loses because of disqualification because he just beat not even with like illegal weapons. I think he's just
a corner beatdown.
Gets him in the corner, or he gets him in the ropes, or he just.
I see. I will take that.
But like Gargano will win, but he won't be.
I can see like a Killer Cross, because they normally don't wait very long when it gets announced that they sign somebody. It doesn't take them very long for them to come.
They officially announced Keith Lee at the Takeover Chicago that we were at, and then it took him a little while to get.
It took him a while. Like, he didn't show up like right away. It took him about another month or two before he showed up on TV.
But once the UFC horsewomen were signed, it was like, well, start giving Shane.
God, those are terrible. Those two are just awful.
The other two?
Sure. Oh my. All right, we're not even going down that road.
Right, let's move on.
Next up. We have the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly against the Broserweights.
Oh God.
For the tag titles.
I don't like the Broserweights.
The best thing that's come out of the Broserweights. How much fish could Bobby Fish fry? Bobby Fish could fry fish. Best thing that came out of that.
He wasn't even talking to Bobby Fish at the time, was he?
Yeah, he was talking to Bobby Fish. I think.
I remember hearing something, but that's I'm not Bobby Fish. He's Bobby Fish when he was talking to him. I'm not the biggest fan of Matt Riddle.
I don't mind Riddle. I think he's fun.
He's fun.
He's
great on the mic.
He's got personality for days.
I mean, he's got personality, but he's a little.
I don't know.
He's a little boring.
It's the Dusty classic.
He's a little Baron Corbin-y on the microphone.
That is just insulting. Very insulting.
I don't care. That's how I feel. I don't know.
I know. He's got to do something to be like, I'm Matt Riddle.
Other than just like, bro.
Bruh. I did, but his Riddle's gonna smoke you chants are pretty funny. Like, I just today, Junior. I don't like the mishmash team winning the Dusty Classic. That drives me nuts.
Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle are not a good team together. They don't make sense.
And even everyone's joking that, oh, Dunne's so happy. He really does look miserable. Dunne has never once in his life ever been a happy-go-lucky. He's always been a serious, hard-nosed, hard-hitting. There's a reason he was the NXT UK champion for, 650 days?
He was the inaugural one, was he not?
No, that was Tyler Bates.
Okay.
But then Dunne beat him, and then Dunne lost to Walter in a fantastic match. Ugh, I love me some Walter.
You love some NXT UK.
Yeah, I do love it. You want to talk about some hard-hitting stuff, NXT UK is where to be.
Oops. Undisputed Era's got to win that.
Yeah, I
don't even see them. I can't see how they would lose.
Yeah.
But did Ricochet and Aleister Black win the NXT tag titles last year?
They didn't win the tag titles. They won the Dusty Cup. Did they win the titles?
I thought they did.
I
thought that's why they got called up to the. Maybe not.
No, I don't.
They got called up together this time last year.
Yeah, they got definitely called up after.
And then they
wound
up being in the WWE tag team title match, which was weird.
But
back-to-back nights. Maybe they didn't. I don't remember. They probably didn't, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But they just, I agree with you. I think the mismatched tag team should stay to, like,
they could still do good. Like, have them win a match or two against, one of the lower-tier guys.
Look in WWE. They had Sheamus and Cesaro as champs, 3 times in the span of a year and a half. And granted, I thought the formation of that team was fantastic. It was, a best-of-7 series or whatever? And then even in the 7th match, they, double count out or something. They kept going. They went, best-of-8 instead. And then they were like, well, hell, we're beating each other this hard. Imagine if we team up. And I thought they were actually a good team for a while. I'm glad that they're separate. I think Cesaro needs more stuff.
Yeah, Ricochet and Black did not win the titles.
Yeah, that's what I figured. They shouldn't have. And they get called up and get.
They lost to the War Raiders.
The Viking Experience.
War Machine.
The Viking Experience.
Rowan Hansen. Eric and Ivar. How many different names can we go through here?
I just like saying the Viking Experience because it was the stupidest name ever that lasted a week.
Literally lasted a week because I texted you when that happened, and what is this?
Yeah.
Whatever. We're not. Nope. Not going
I like talking about it though.
I'm not going down that road.
Please.
No.
Please.
All right. So yeah, I'm. This is actually one I fully agree on. I think it's UE.
All day.
I think it's gonna be a good match.
I hope it is.
I definitely think that this is just a done heel turn waiting to happen. So it's either going to happen. Though they've done this multiple times. The Dusty Cup with heel turns.
Yeah.
Joe and Finn. Corbin and Rhino. But anyway, hopefully it's not one of those.
Yeah.
Next up on the list. Just announced for the North American Championship. Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic.
Your favorite name?
Nah. That's another one that's gone through about 6 different names that drives me nuts.
At least they added onto his name instead of taking away like everybody else.
I mean, they did take away, then they added, and they took away again, here we are with Dominic Dijakovic.
Keith Lee, whoop whoop, Keith Lee.
I mean, we seen this match about 4 times, and each time they've been fantastic matches.
Yeah,
I don't see this being any different.
Keith Lee's got to retain. He can't just have.
Oh yeah, there's not. Unless
he gets called up immediately after Mania, which I better not do, just because he's still got.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Knockoff Marilyn Manson. Why am I drawing on his name? Damian Priest. There we go.
Oh, that
Damian
guy.
Priest. Punishment Martinez. The only way I see Keith Lee losing is if outside interference from Priest. That's the only way, and this turns into a triple threat on NXT in like a week or two. That's it.
Well, triple threat at NXT Tampa. I'm sure
I just don't see them trying to make that a... Because like I said, Keith Lee and Dijakovic have had like 5 matches already. Like, they're all great matches, but we're going back to oversaturation here. Like, look how many times we've seen Reigns and Corbin. Everyone is so
Yeah,
tired
but at least these matches are good.
I'll give you that. But still, you can only do so many of the same things so many times before it's just like, oh, it's another good match.
Yeah. We've seen Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn a lot, and every single one of those are good.
There's a couple duds.
Well,
there's a couple. Once they got to the main roster, there was a couple duds.
Well, the main roster kills everything. We know this.
And then what we really got to talk about is with the NXT North American Championship, what's going on with Velveteen Dream and Roddy? Like, that's...
Yeah, I gotta feel like they're gonna add that.
Maybe
to
a
the
Fatal
card.
4?
Huh?
Maybe a Fatal 4-Way?
At the next Takeover?
It's
It won't
something.
be this one.
Definitely won't be this one, but...
I know we have a week until this Takeover, but...
Unless something dramatic happens tomorrow night, like...
Yeah, we're filming this on the 11th. Just
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
But, unless something dramatic, like, I'm talking massive dramatic, like a big, good old-fashioned brawl where, like, Keith Lee jumps off something onto all 3 of them, or something crazy.
I mean, they were all brawling last week. I mean... what was it? The Broserweights and Ciampa and just
and
Ciampa.
then it's UE, and then Dream made his
Hold
big
on,
comeback. I'm so glad he is back. Like, I was scared for a minute that he was done.
Well, I just bought another Velveteen Dream T-shirt, so it better not be done.
Right.
I'm glad that immediately after I received it.
Going the Jason Jordan route with his career.
Oh my God! Did we not talk about him? Thank you.
They should have never broke up American Alpha. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. No, but he's Kurt Angle's son, obviously.
That's so dumb. And don't even talk about Chad Gable right now.
Who?
Don't you? I swear to God, if you say it, we're not friends anymore. It's Chad Gable.
Who?
Anyway, so yeah, what do you, both in agreement, Keith Lee?
Yeah.
I
mean, he kind of has to, right?
Yep, I will.
He just won it.
Well, definitely. I
he
say
was on
Keith
an
Lee.
episode of NXT where he won it too, so you can't just take it off him that quick.
I'm definitely saying Keith Lee as well. Grudge match time. Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox in a street fight.
I mean, it's a street fight. Dakota Kai is a brutal heel.
And Tegan Nox is like the most faciest face ever. Her finisher is called the Shiniest Wizard. Like,
Shiniest wizard. The shiniest of the wizards.
but you gotta think, dude, she had her moment taken away from her. She tore her ACL in NXT UK. Somehow came over to just regular NXT. Got a big spot in War Games. And her so-called best friend took that from her.
We were there for that. That was fun.
Yeah, we were there for
that.
that.
Was like
that was like the first
saw.
thing we saw. Like, we got to our seats, and then I think by the time we sat down, she stopped and turned around, and I'm like, what the? And bam!
It was a mix of my fault and Zach's fault when we were late. We both didn't realize that it started at 6, not 7, because why would it start at 6?
Nothing ever starts at 6, but whatever.
And then Zach's ride was a little late getting him and then bringing him to where I could take him to there. I also had to work out of nowhere. It was kind of like
a cluster of a day.
Yeah, and then like we get to the parking lot and somebody's sending Zach snaps of the show and he's like, they have a pre-show match? Zach was like, yeah. But why are the cages down already? We're like, oh God! We like ran to the stadium.
And we tried to peek in to see what was happening.
Some old lady snapped at me. You gotta keep these closed. Like I just closed them. I'm like, sorry, I was just.
We
peeking.
just want to see what's going on.
We wanted to make sure that it was actually the women's War Games match.
Yep.
Excuse the hell out of me, old lady.
Yep.
See what you're.
But anyway, yeah.
See your funeral in a week.
Dude,
I'm cutting that out. I'm cutting that out.
But anyway, she had her moment taken away. Like, that was supposed to be Nox's coming out party. We saw last week with Nox drilling her with the knee brace, which, I'm sorry, Kai keeping her best friend's knee brace as a trophy.
That's pretty cool.
That's great. Absolutely fantastic. The messed up part is they both have torn their ACLs. Like, man, you don't get much more
Real
best
life.
friend than that.
Zach, if you ever break your leg, I'm not breaking my leg. I'm sorry.
Dude, if I ever break my leg, just put me out of my misery. Take me out like Old Yeller, like I'm a horse.
Dude, ain't that rough? Come on.
Listen, I'm only 5'8". I can't lose any more inches.
You're 5'8"?
Yes, I'm short. You know.
Taller than you?
Shut up. Just shut up.
I'm 5'9".
I hate you.
I might be 5'10", actually.
You're about to be 5-0 when I knee you in the dick.
Don't do that.
Probably should edit that out.
No, that's fine. I don't care. Anyway,
Kai Nox.
uh,
Street fight. It's gonna be
It's a
brutal.
street fight, I think.
Oh, it's gonna be brutal.
either Dakota Kai completely demolishes her. Excuse me. I was going to say demolished. I'd like to do that a lot. Ask anybody you know.
I
But
can't see that happening.
I can see Dakota Kai getting over cocky.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see more. I see her dominating the match and then being mean and getting overconfident.
And instead of like pinning her when she should, she'll like gloat over her and then like a roll.
Or, now that I think a little bit more,
Ooh.
I can see a MJF Cody moment. I can see Dakota putting Nox in like a figure four or a sharpshooter or something like that, and Candice LeRae come down and throw in the white towel.
Oof.
Now, if it's going to be a heel turn for Nox or Candice, who knows, but I can see that. Because remember...
That would make it a double turn then. I don't know if I like that.
But, well, I mean, if they just throw in the towel...
I mean, Candice would have to turn heel.
I mean, she was a very good heel with Joey Ryan.
How many heel women are there in NXT right now? I know Bianca's technically a heel.
Bianca's definitely a heel.
Shayna's not there anymore.
We'll see. We'll see.
And
Look, how many times has she been on the main roster and still goes back down there?
Survivor Series, and then that was just for the Survivor Series build, though.
We'll see. We'll
Royal Rumble.
see.
So
Io
Maybe.
Shirai. She's a heel.
She just kind of changed her character. I know
She
she was
did.
on the heel side of War Games, but still.
She listens to a lot of Poppy now.
Good. Glad. I just want to say, Poppy, the person's kind of a bitch. But her music's good, so I'm okay with it.
I'm done with him.
No, that's fine. You're not done with me because I own all the equipment, like we've established already. So, you're done with me, you're done with the podcast, and just the Johnny Rockford podcast.
I'm about to say, what are you going to do? Do it by yourself?
Yeah. I have one episode by myself. Anyway, I think Dakota Kai wins. You're saying...
I'm going to go Nox. I don't know. This such a toss-up.
It is.
Because, like, it was just kind of, like, randomly done. Like, this doesn't seem like a takeover match, so, like, I feel like they're going to do something extra because it is.
Yeah.
But,
That's fair.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm leaning Nox, but you know how that goes. All
You're being
right.
wrong.
The creme de la creme.
Cream of the crop.
Adam Cole
Baby.
versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh. This has been we've been planning this for months now. Have they had a championship fight yet? They haven't, have they?
No. Nope.
I know Ciampa's been NXT champion already.
He had to relinquish the title because of his injury.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do believe it's been Adam Cole since.
Yeah.
Because I think Cole beat Johnny.
Well, yeah, well, then Johnny won, and then Adam Coulson. Man, I remember watching the takeovers with Drew McIntyre winning, and then Robert Roode winning.
Drew McIntyre beat Robert Roode.
Did he? Okay.
Yes.
I got that backwards.
Yes. Because it went...
Then Bobby Roode got called up.
Went Shinsuke, Bobby Roode,
Shinsuke.
Drew McIntyre.
Man, this feels like it was like a decade ago. It was only like
3
years ago.
3 years, because Shinsuke won his at a house show in Japan.
Right, against Samoa Joe, was it not? Or did Samoa Joe win it?
Nope, you are correct. You are correct. So what happened is Finn beat Kevin at Beast in the East, which was like 6 years ago. Finn lost to Joe at an NXT live event. And then Joe kept the title for a couple months. Lost to Shinsuke at TakeOver Brooklyn. Joe beat Shinsuke at TakeOver Toronto. Shinsuke beat Joe in Japan. Then Rude at TakeOver San Antonio. McIntyre, Andrade, Alistair, Ciampa, vacated, Gargano, Cole.
Jesus. All in 3 years.
Technically 4.
Yeah. It just seems like it was longer than just 4 years. Actually, hasn't even been around 10 years.
Right?
Like this version.
Ooh.
Like 10 years ago, NXT was the stupid reality show with Wade Barrett and Daniel Bryan. Oh my god. And then the formation of the Nexus.
And the
now
core.
It's this. We don't have to talk about the core. The core doesn't exist.
And the Nexus 2.0.
The Nexus after like SummerSlam doesn't exist. Actually, right at SummerSlam. Anyway,
But yeah, Ciampa, Cole.
I don't see. There are very few two-time NXT champions, right?
There is.
I think one.
Joe, Shinsuke.
I think that was it.
And
I think that's it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Joe and Shinsuke.
So I don't see Ciampa becoming a two-time champion.
How do you not see Ciampa becoming two?
Because it's Adam Cole, man. Unless during the show he like pisses off the rest of Undisputed Era.
I don't think Undisputed Era is going to be involved. I just don't see Undisputed being involved. I think it's going to be a pretty.
I do because
it's Undisputed Era.
Exactly,
Like
they always do.
But I can also see.
I can see Ciampa fighting them off successfully, and then also attacking Cole, also, and having the upper hand still. But something's gonna happen.
I can see exactly what you said. The ref gets bumped. You know what happens when the ref gets bumped. Here comes UE. They attack him. Tommaso fins him off. Lights go out. Lights come on.
Demon there, or actual Finn.
Demon and Killer Cross. Demon on the top rope, standing like hunched on, cross his shoulders or something like that. And then 1916, call it a day.
1916 or coup de grace?
He doesn't really. Coup de grace ain't his finisher anymore. It is the 1916.
Okay.
He uses the coup de grace as a setup move.
Okay.
Speaking of setup moves, Petey Williams is super pissed that his Destroyer is now a setup move. Because everybody does it now.
I'm sure Jade Stink feels the same way about the DDT. It's not even a setup move. It's just
a move. Well, I'm a
first thing you
flipping
learn.
pal driver. Come on. Like, I can see. Do you remember the first time you ever seen a Canadian Destroyer from Petey Williams?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's because you're a heathen and didn't watch TNA when it was good.
AKA, I never watched TNA.
Oh, you have terrible taste in wrestling sometimes. It's okay.
Without me, you wouldn't even be into wrestling right now.
Hey, mind your business.
That is my business.
Yeah,
Me.
this is all his fault. Like, I stopped watching wrestling for, 5 years because it sucks so bad.
Yeah, through other people to think for me getting back into it, so it's fine.
Yeah, and this moron comes into my life, and here I am fucking... God damn it. God, fuck!
Letting those F words out. Letting that part out, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what about this moron coming into your life?
Yeah, this moron here comes into my life, and I'm doing a podcast about wrestling. We go to live events every year. We've gone to Takeover,
gone to 2 takeovers, gone to NXT or AEW rather. My bad. I don't know why.
We went to the worst AEW Dynamite that they've ever produced.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what
that's what everybody literally. If you look at the AEW that happened in Chicago, by far the worst AEW that they did.
I mean, I had the most fun at that show. I went to
Oh, dude, I had a blast.
I went to the SmackDown, War Games, and Raw, not Survivor Series, and AEW, and I had the most fun at AEW just because it was something new. It was something fresh. I got to see Jericho, my boy.
Love me some Jericho. I got to see some Orange Cassidy
Yeah, that was good.
in a turkey costume. It was great. We got to see the debut of the Blade and the Bunny and the Butcher.
Who?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Like,
I knew it was Allie.
literally, the whole
That
crowd
was-
did not make a peep. They just
Nope.
beat down Cody, and then that was it. Like, they went away. If you watch
They
the,
came out of the
they came out of the ring.
yeah.
Like,
First time I seen that live. And then WWE did like the exact same thing with the Fiend like a week later. I was like,
did you,
oh.
they had like 2 barbers down there to shave Daniel Bryan, and they were not supposed to shave as much as they did. He still wanted his hair and his beard.
Yeah.
They shaved too much, and that's why he's got a shaved head and a clean face.
That's okay. He looked like he aged down 10 years. Which was cool.
He was a very yeah. I'll give you that.
I liked the look personally, Daniel. Daniel, if you're listening, I liked it. That's all I want to say.
Sponsor us.
Somebody sponsor us.
Somebody love us.
Smuckers. We have an Uncrustable segment. I know you have Uncrustable sandwiches. If you want to sponsor us, we will stop the swearing. I promise.
I mean, I'm not gonna go that far.
I will. I'll bleep. I'll mute all of his swear words.
Oh, can we get a cool like swear button that I can press that mutes me when I swear? That'd be awesome.
No, because you'd be late, just like they were in the XFL. Bringing that full circle.
All right, Ciampa and Cole, damn it.
I don't see Ciampa winning, even though as much as I want him to win. I think Finn Balor's going to interfere somehow. I think he's going to try and take on Ciampa before he takes on Cole.
I feel like it's going to be the placement of the match. If Finn and Gargano are like 1 or 2 in the match placement, there's definitely interference happening. Finn's doing something.
I think it's happening regardless.
I
think less people would expect it if it was the match before, personally.
Yeah, but you know that match, they're going to have to, do 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and you know it's going to be a hard-hitting match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just don't see them being able to have him go through this hard match and then have him come out. God, if he comes out as the Demon, I'm going to lose my mind.
He hasn't been the Demon since he came back to NXT, right?
No, he is not. I hope they're not letting him do the Demon because of the whole he's heel now and stuff. That's terrible.
That's why the Demon existed, was it not?
No, the Demon was more of a inner monster coming out.
Right.
Like that's basically what it is. He never was like
his next gear.
He wasn't heely as the Demon. It was just he was different. It was monstery.
I think he'd be fine as a heel demon.
Like I said, him and his Demon get up in the corner with Killer Cross would be fantastic. Add in Scarlet Bordeaux,
Bordeaux.
Bordouche,
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux,
Bordeaux.
Creme de la French.
Bordeaux. The one chick
the hot chick from TNA is the best way to describe it.
Sure.
But like have those 3, and then I'm trying to think of somebody else that would fit in with that dynamic.
I don't know.
Like I'm gandering on into my NXT UK expertise.
I don't think NXT UK is going to make an appearance at all.
Well, I mean, Walter was never supposed to make an appearance ever. Like his contract when he originally signed was he didn't want to come to the States. He has no desire to be in the States.
That's fine.
So
we don't need him.
Oh, I got it. The Hunt from NXT UK. The Primate and the Wild Boar.
It's not happening.
It fits.
It's not happening. Bro.
One dresses up as a monkey and the other one's a wild boar. They're very weird, but I like them.
Is this AEW?
No, this is NXT UK.
Are they gonna have their contract expire and go hang out with Luchasaurus and?
Don't you
Jungle
dare!
Boy and...
Do not bring up Luchasaurus. That man is a monster. Oh, Carly's home.
Cool. I'll edit that part. I don't know how I'm gonna make that work because you were like, don't bring up what Luchasaurus.
Yeah. Don't you bad talk my Luchasaurus.
I wasn't. I'm just saying.
Ride him like a wildebeest like Jungle Boy does.
I think it's a fun character.
It's a fantastic character. I can't wait for him to kick Jake Hager's face off. That's gonna be his first feud. For Jake Hager's first. They're literally, come on, or not NXT, AEW. AEW. Name anyone that's over 6'5" besides Luchasaurus and Jake Hager.
The Titantron. Jumbotron.
I rest my. Oh, maybe Wardlow.
The dude on commentary. The one guy.
The one guy.
Not Jim Ross or the other guy.
Tony Schiavone?
Not him.
Excalibur.
Is that who you're saying?
The guy that's my size.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen him stand up, so I don't know.
I'm done with you. So, official prediction.
I say Adam Cole retains because of distractions from literally everybody. Because I think Undisputed Era is going to come out. I think Velveteen Dream's going to help even the odds and fight him off. But then, like you said, I think Light's going to go out. If not with Killer Cross, then at least by himself, Finn's going to make an appearance.
What about Dream with Finn?
Dream's not turning heel.
He's a much better heel than
Finn.
He
heel.
is such.
He just came back.
It don't matter.
He's got to have a face. He came back to the biggest face pop of the year so far.
It don't.
It's not going to be this soon. Maybe at Tampa Bay.
I don't know. I still think Dream's a better heel than face.
That's fine, but he's not going to turn face 2 weeks after coming back.
Until he does.
And the only person that can do that is Jericho when he came back with all those promos and came back and just didn't say anything and left and everyone started booing him.
I love Jericho.
I loved it. It was so good.
Next person that says Jericho's fat, I'm going to punch.
I mean, he is fat, but he's dad
He's
bod
50.
fat. He's dad bod fat, and that's okay.
He's 50 and he's still...
He can't move as well as he used to, but that's okay because he's 50. He's still my second favorite of all time.
Dude, I'm so tired of them poking each other in the eyes with shit, though. Yeah. It's so corny. Like, really? Come on. We're supposed to really believe
Poke.
that Jericho stabbed Moxley in the eye.
Are they having an eye for an eye match on Wednesday?
Oh, no, he stabbed, Or
is that just the feud that they're going for?
I think that's just a feud. Like,
I saw eye for an eye
Santana.
promo.
He stabbed Santana with the car keys.
Yeah, fun.
And, and then all of a sudden Santana's back there with blood and eye for an eye. It was really weird.
Okay, I hope it becomes a match. I'm going to start with, apologies. We had an interruption during the podcast.
Baby.
We had a little baby break.
A little baby. Not our baby. We'll clarify that right now.
Well, maybe soon.
John would be an excellent father.
I thought you were going to say mother, and really...
That would have been mean. That would have been so mean.
So I expected it. But, yeah, I'll just... Actually, we might as well just roll with that. As the outro, as a little cut-in. So, yeah, I'm picking Adam Cole, Bay to win. I think Zach's taking the same thing.
Yeah, there's shenanigans involved. There's just too many possible shenanigans to give a solid, this is what's going to happen. So,
when in doubt, take the
Cole it out. When in doubt, Cole it out.
When in doubt, take the odds of he can... disqualification, he can retain with count out, he can retain just by winning, whatever, you know what I mean? So,
correct.
I think we'll do that. So,
that is NXT Takeover Portland.
And that is the ZB&J podcast for the episode 3. We made it to 3 episodes.
We are up to 3 episodes.
Holy crap. 3.5 because of your Uncrustables.
Yeah.
Look forward to mine next week. I have yet to film it.
I would say next week for
mine, yeah.
Mine too. At least get mine recorded.
We'll see. We'll see how I feel. We'll see what
is what is on the agenda for Monday, dear sir.
Well, hopefully Brandon.
we might have a B.
we might have the third of our group with us finally.
Otherwise, this is really going to be the ADD show.
We'll find out. I'm hoping. I mean, he said he's free Monday, so if he's not on the next episode, we might have a whole new name. We might have a whole new whole new Facebook page.
Definitely new Facebook page because we can't change our goddamn name. God damn it. My censorship sucks.
Luckily, you have me editing everything. I already have to edit. Bleh.
Ah,
I gotta edit that shit out too. I gotta edit out a baby for 5 minutes, and now I gotta edit. Now I gotta bleep ourselves, and
if I had a bleep button, it'd be...
you would be late like the XFL. We've been over this. I said full circle. At any rate, we have a lot of exciting more shows coming up. We might have a trio for once. We're gonna have more Uncrustables. I think Takeover Portland might be the best Takeover show of the year. I mean, there's only...
I'm about to say, that's the first one of the year. That's ballsy to say, especially with Brooklyn. I mean, the past,
I don't think it's in Brooklyn. I don't think they can have a Brooklyn.
Are you serious?
SummerSlam's in, I think, Toronto this year. So, I don't think they're going to have a Brooklyn.
Dude, NXT Brooklyn has been that's NXT's WrestleMania every single year.
I know it is.
That's
I just don't think SummerSlam. I don't know for sure. We have a little bit of time. I can find out real quick.
And if a Undisputed Era is in the War Games again, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Oh, actually, it's in Boston. My mistake. But still, that's not
Boston.
Doesn't mean they're not gonna have a pay-per-view at Barclays Center.
I can see that.
They could just be like,
I can see
it might be the next one or the one before.
I can see. I don't see them not doing NXT Takeover Brooklyn.
And they've had 4 now or 5?
4.
They've had 4,
and they've all been Takeover events of the year. So I think they lost out to Chicago for when you and me went that year.
That one, I don't know. Aleister Black and oh god, what was this thing?
Oh, we're not talking about that.
Big botch.
Oh, Lars Sullivan.
No, I'm glad he's
a 10-minute botch-filled NXT Championship match.
Yeah.
Oh.
Luckily, we had Gargano and Ciampa.
We had Ricochet and Dream.
Which was good.
And now I'm drawing a blank.
War Machine and
that was
that pre-show?
Yes, or that was taped for the NXT.
Well, pre-show because it was Oni and
it was Oni. Oh, it was Oni and Burch versus Undisputed Era, and by the end of that match, everyone was cheering for Oni and Danny Burch.
Nobody was
after literally they got booed out of the arena.
Yep,
that match was. And I told you before we got there, I'm like, this is the only match that I'm worried about. And that ended up being, I would say, probably one of the best matches of the night. Yeah. I would say I wouldn't say it's better. Ciampa and Gargano, bar none.
For sure. For sure.
But compared to everything else, I think I would put them up there. What the hell happened to them, by the way? I don't see them anymore. Last I heard, Oney Lorcan asked for his release.
Probably did. But at any rate, we're going to release you guys from this episode because we hit our time.
We wish you the best in your future endeavors.
So for the ZB&J podcast,
I'm the Z.
And I'm the J. We'll catch you guys next time.